Morning. Chilly morning here in Michigan. It's reading about 15 below. So we are all bundled up and heading to work. Been trying to get educated a little bit more on AI. Not necessarily because I want to become a contributor to AI, but because I feel like regardless, it's kind of going to be forced down our throats whether we want it or not. I think like a lot of technology these days. So yeah, reading a ton of information on it, and there's a lot of trust me's on this. And I'm not sure, as soon as I hear that, that kind of sets me off to maybe not trusting somebody. Feels like a lot of false prophecies based on what we're hearing for AI. That it's promising a lot of different salvations, which, as we know, is not. There's only. Sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties. Started talking about AI and the camera fell off its holder. Coincidence? I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, just a couple thoughts on AI. Like I mentioned, I believe it's here to stay, whether your position is pro AI or against AI. I think there's a level of discernment that needs to be made with it. Part of it for me right now is just trying to get educated on it, because it's going to impact a lot of aspects, not only from a business standpoint, but I think a lot of aspects of our lives all the way around. So, I've been doing a lot of reading, and I think the phrase is technological autonomy or something along those lines. I probably got it wrong, but basically meaning that the tech industry is very excited by the fact that this could present itself as an autonomous system where humans would not need to partake whatsoever in how it affects our lives and the decisions that are being made for us. I don't know that I'm comfortable with that, if I'm being honest. I know there's a lot of what-if scenarios around it at this point in time, but I guess as a consumer, I'm asking it, like, what are the immediate benefits for me in this? I could see I've heard arguments as, why we should have AI, and then I've heard arguments against it. And there's a lot of dystopian type scenarios being played out. I believe the value in life that we have is based on the challenges that we face. So making life easier is not necessarily the end goal here. I think it creates a false narrative for sure. And I think a lot of people are more than willing to jump in on that narrative and follow that along. Not to mention tearing at the infrastructure and all the demands that it'll have from an environmental standpoint. I'm a conservationist for sure. I live as a steward of my land. I can't imagine, 5 million gallons of water needed to run one of these facilities. And I'm all about advancement and progress and growth. But to me, that doesn't sound like growth. So I'm a little bit skeptical. That's my position on it at this point in time. It's kind of a wait and see scenario. But regardless, I'm here at work, obviously not driving, trying to vlog. Probably there should be some discernment around that, right, if I'm being truthful. But here working Saturday again, which is all right, which is good. I don't treat Saturday any differently than I do Monday, if I'm being honest. I read an article many years ago that we should value our time each and every day and make the best around it. And as a business owner, you got to do that. You got to have that attitude. I believe you have, in order to be successful. In addition to building systems and empowering people, you got to have the attitude that, pick up the broom, do the right thing, even when no one's looking. I know people of a certain age position. I've had a couple conversations, and I think they're enamored, as maybe I was. I ran my first company when I was 33, and it's kind of cringeworthy. That's what the kids say. It's cringeworthy to think of some of the things I did back in the day. But the underlying issue is you got to be a student first. In order to be a manager, you have to be manageable, and that's probably my biggest takeaway of things that I've learned over the years. So be humble, be manageable, be willing to do what others are not willing to do, and just stop and think. Listen. That's the biggest thing. Listen to the people that work around you, because they probably know better than you. So anyways, that's my Saturday spiel. Sorry I went down a rabbit hole with AI. I'm just trying to figure it out, and that's what's on my mind today. So get after it. Have a good weekend. Stay warm, 15 below here. I know my cohorts down in South Carolina are freaking out because they're going to get an ice storm. But trying to be empathetic to them as well. So, all right, have a good weekend. Out.